There's a lot of talk this offseason about, what you guys lost at linebacker with B. Wright and Perry. Did you feel pressure at all to have to replace that?
Yeah, but we talked a lot about just amongst the defense about how everybody has to step up, and it's not one person that's going to have to fill the void, and just go out there and do the best to do our job.
Those two guys were not only good players, but leadership-wise, they meant a lot to this team. Is that something that's organic, or do you try to step into that role, or you just have to let it happen?
I think there's natural leaders on the defense. Obviously, a position like the Mike position is going to be naturally more vocal because he leads on the field, and I think that's kind of what I've done in the past, and one thing I had to continue to do and keep growing in. And so every day I just try to focus on that and keep getting better at it.
Do you ever just go unhinged like B. Wright every once in a while just to channel his memory?
Not yet. Some days I feel like I'm a need to. So one day I might blow up and people are gonna look at me weird. Try to stay pretty focused. So
You were here in 2018 you guys did a lot of prep for that Navy game.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously Army's different, but they run a similar offense. For some of the young guys who were here but didn't necessarily get into that game, how much of that prep for 2018 will factor in this week?
I think, the second time around, for me personally, I just feel more comfortable. It's still linebacker technique and football technique, but you just feel more natural doing it and being able to give the different looks. So I feel like a world better and more comfortable, and I think everybody feels that way that was able to get in during that time.
What did you guys think when all of a sudden out of nowhere Army popped up and got put on the schedule? Because it's a difficult offense, and you've got the cut blocking and stuff to deal with.
Right. As soon as I heard that, I just knew what was going to be expected and the work that was going to be needed to put in to prepare for a team like that. I hadn't even seen any film on them, and I just knew an incredible amount of work and focus was going to go into not only that week, but weeks leading up to it. So,
how much have they caught your attention with the start that they've had?
I think that just makes you go on even higher alert and respect them even more.
Perry got hurt in that game a couple years ago against Navy. I saw you guys doing the drills out here about the cut blocks. What do you have to keep in mind when you're going against that, and what are you watching out for?
Well, you have to have a feel for the plays and know when you're going to get cut. I would say the main thing is getting your eyes in the right place, and being able to see the block and defeat it, and not sometimes as linebackers. I know I'm looking at the ball rather than trying to defeat my block, and I get caught up on the block, but focusing on defeating the block and then going to get the football.
Yeah, outside of the cut blocks, what's the toughest part about going against a triple option? What's the key for you?
Everybody has to do their job. If one person doesn't do their job, then they can gash an 80-yard TD. So
more so than other offenses.
Yeah, because how specific it is. Each person you have to tackle the dive every play, and if somebody doesn't and they give it, then they can be out the gate because everybody has a specific job, and so.
Fick mentioned third down struggles against Austin Peay. Just sometimes when you guys just couldn't get off the field. When you look at it, what did you see that this team needs to do better with defensively?
I think that sometimes it just comes down to finding a way to get off the field, and so find a way to get off the field. Sometimes it was early in the drive too that we had them in a third and long situation, and so it was a big stop to be able to stop them there, and it would completely change the drive. And then they got one, and then they were able to keep going off of that and feed off of that, and so just getting off the field and executing.
How much of a benefit to still have Bolden around running scout team, but also having played linebacker too?
Right. It's a huge benefit. He got hurt, so he's still able to do a lot and run it really well. But I think even more so this time around, I'm able to go to him and be okay, what do you see, not necessarily from an offensive perspective, but a defensive perspective, how would you be able to see this play and react to it and stuff like that. And so just kind of taking that next step of studying and preparing.
Good.
Thanks, Joel.
Thanks, Joel.